Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Mahomes now on first down. Throw right side caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Mahomes. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Following the interception, Winston finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we get everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, sub.
From the gun, Winston. And it's complete. Henry. That one goes for 24 yards.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on the line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Third and goal, Winston. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. James O'Shaughnessy, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
They want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, I'd say we're well past the time that we're trying to work out the kinks of the season, aren't we? We're already into week 3, and he's looking really, really strong. Already has won an AFC Player of the Week award.
Yeah, did that a week ago in week 2 with runs like that and then some.
Left, 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 left.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Slow. Left, 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 left. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Z. Slow.
On second down, here's Mahomes. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
On first and 10, Winston. Buying time to his left. Now he's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 39 that time.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41.
Easy.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And right side, Henry's got it. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Now Jameis on second downs. Caught left side, Williams. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Let's go now.
On third down, Winston. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Back alongside Charles Davis on Brandon Gordon. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives them a new set of downs. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. DJ Chark, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Janikowski good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Flushed out right. Man open left side, it's Williams. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
First down, the run with Lynch. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Third and long for Winston. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Ace! Ace!
On second down, here's Fournette. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
That's caught at the 25. A big play there for the Broncos on third. 48 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Fournette, a first down carry. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Mahomes to throw on second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Gonna need better protection here. Third and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Jameis now on first down. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Jameis to throw it. Forced out to his left. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit. But only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments.
And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Trent Murphy. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. The big boy's big dream right there. He got to rumble and stumble all the way for 6.
Nothing like big man with football, is there? I mean, that brings people onto their feet every single time. And his dream was answered on that one, wasn't it? It was realized. He picks it off and takes it to the end zone.
Janikowski adds the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
23 yards on the play.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Going with a screen for Murray. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Winston now from the 50. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. To the air again with Winston. Throw right side, complete to Williams. The 20. A big play there just before halftime, and even 40 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Dancing to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Winston. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Chris Hogan in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to be set up in excellent field position up past the 45. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. Beast mode unleashed a big one there. Give him 53 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the red zone now, Winston. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down, Winston again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Bullock will put this one through. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are in for 6. Janikowski good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out to kick is Janikowski. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They start the drive with Lynch, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? I mean, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A handoff to Fournette. Oh, the spin. Finding room to the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Janikowski adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. On first down, Murray.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Winston. Pass incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. It's caught on the right side. Williams. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Jameis again. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Here's Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now Winston on 4th down. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Looking sideline, incomplete. The former Bill, Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead going to an opposite color jersey.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. And finally, he's taken down at the 18.
Forget height and catch radius. When you run the fade really well, run down the defender, kind of take him a little bit towards the middle of the field, and then fade to the sideline and give your quarterback some space, it can be executed that well, just as we saw.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. Looking back to Leonard Fournette's rookie campaign, over 1,000 yards rushing. And coming into the league, some people saw this kid as an ex-Adrian Peterson. What can we expect from him going forward?
I like the comparison because of the size, the strength, the speed. But I think he catches the ball better than Adrian Peterson. So I think he can up his utilization in the passing game. But what really impressed me was down the stretch in the divisional playoff game against Pittsburgh, hurt his ankle, left the game for a while, and came back and helped power his team to a big victory. Remember, he had some dings at LSU that kept him out of a few games.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Janikowski good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out to kick is Janikowski. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. A second down throw for Winston. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. He's got it to Williams. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Throwing, Winston. And he will find his man. That's Hogan complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 4. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Winston now to throw on 1st down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Trent Murphy in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Working out of the gun, Winston. And right side caught, Hogan. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 38. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Janikowski adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Well, we'll see if they can do it here. Incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and that'll bring up second down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away this timing.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great...
And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. Bullock good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last two drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. Now, I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. They begin with a run by Fournette. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by DJ Swearinger. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Black 58 rail.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. My music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
Mahomes now on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Janikowski now for the point after. Janikowski good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out to kick is Janikowski. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A first down throw for Winston. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now Winston. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Z! Come on. Ace!
The pitch to Fournette. The tackle there by Richard Sherman. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, sub. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And this is taken in at the 5. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And he keeps carrying the ball into the end zone. And in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. From the gun, Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And they take a knee. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Broncos, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
you.